T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Say something, Uncle Mike. Say something.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought you were rolling us out. Okay, here we go. So we got Alex Najarian here on All Monitor Talk podcast, coolest reptile network in the world. And forgive me because I'm a knucklehead, but here we go. So here, let's talk about USARK real quick. So there's a big survey going around right now. You just go to USARK and fill out the survey. And join USARK in any way, shape, or form that you can. Donate your time, donate an animal to an auction, and join USARK today. They fight for our right to keep these animals that we love and nurture, and we're in some trouble, so we need as many members as we can. All right. So as you can see, we are without Jen this week, maybe for a couple times. She's got some things going on. So Uncle Mike will be doing the best he can. I am going to have Kathy Brown fill in for Jen. But today we have our good friend, Alex Najarian. And so how's it going, Alex?
Not much. Same old stuff, you know. Different day, same shit.
Mm-hmm. I know we were just talking about the fires near your home here. God bless you guys all over there in California with that craziness going on.
Yeah.
But also in the past, past years, you've been really, really successful in doing great things with laced monitors. And then I see you pop out some pilbaras, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, pilbaras.
Yeah.
Pilbaras.
Okay, very good, very good. So
cool. They're fucking,
you know what?
Else,
That's one species that I've kept, and that's around the time when I started getting out of the audatrias. So I got rid of my trio before I was able to breed them. So congratulations on your success with that species.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, beateds too. Beateds, but not a monitor. Fuck them.
No. We could talk about beateds too because they're cool.
Yeah, no, I know. I love them. This will be my third year breeding the beateds, and then for the first ever pilbaras just hatched out like 2 weeks ago at this point, I think. And then I had the first clutch of lace hatch out, and it was like October 1st or something like that, or it was like September 30th, or just when like the first one hit. But you've seen with your lace monitors, there's quite a diapause in that clutch. So you've had one hatch last October, and then some are from that same clutch are hatching. No. Different clutch. Different clutch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say
that's same with this clutch though. Like I had the first one hatch out on the one that I brought to the show hatched out on 199, and then the next one I had the next one I had, like the one I have right now, that was like 223, and then one that's like just about to hatch right now is like probably like close to like 240, and then I still got one egg after that. I mean, who the fuck knows when that one's gonna hatch, because it's not even showing any signs of like indenting or anything or none of that
right.
Shit. So we'll see how it goes.
Is the shell getting thin yet, or it hasn't even got to that point?
I mean, it's definitely like shrunk a little bit, you know.
Right.
I mean, I kind of felt it, and it's like it's not as. I mean, I should probably like go and kind of squeeze it again. But like it's definitely like it's not like super like plump.
Right. Know? The pressure is starting to come off of it. It's losing water.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, who knows? Maybe in the next like couple of weeks, you know, we'll see.
Yeah. You know what? That's one thing I know that, like, I never bred lace, but my Mertens, we were talking before the show, like, when I was breeding peach throats way back in the day, 170 days, man, I thought that was bad till I bred my Mertens, and they're going 260, 290 days. That's
Yeah.
crazy, man. That teaches you some patience.
I mean, I thought beateds were long. Like almost every single clutch of beateds I had, it's like 180 they pick, or like 181. Like the first one, like I like consecutive years in a row, like it's like always 180, 181 they pick. That was a fucking long time. And then like these fucking lace, and just like fuck, like, and I mean, same with the Pilbara though. That's not that bad. It's like it's like a retic hatching. I think they hatched on like day like 95, something like that.
Yeah.
Not terrible. Nothing like
that. I know when people are, I see people on the YouTubes and stuff, and they're all getting impatient for their ball pythons to hatch in 90 days. I'm like, oh God, I wish.
Yeah, I know.
like even my anthill pythons, they laid their eggs. I put them in the incubator, and I swear, because when you breed monitors, you kind of learn to ignore the incubator for months.
Yeah.
So I put the anthill pythons in there, and I went to check on them. It was like 2 months later, and they're pipped. I was like, wow, that was fantastic. I wish monitors were like that.
The joys of snakes. Or at least some snakes. Yeah, but no, Mason told me like he's heard a lace going to like 300. And I'm like, fuck, I don't need to be hearing that. Like, dude, like, you tell me I gotta wait like 300 fucking days for this thing, other clutches and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's just, that's a lot. But I mean, who knows? We'll see.
Well, that's good. So it's nice to see a young fella like yourself coming up in this stuff, doing really good things, really great things. And so as an old dog, I'm really excited for the future of monitors with guys like you and Nick Lillis. It really warms my heart. I know Brian Waterloo, he's hugely behind you. Brian Duraca, all us old guys. To see you young bucks coming up and doing some great things, Nick Lillis, it's fantastic. So big congratulations to you on all that you're doing. Now, are you're holding back anything, or like the Pilbaras, the lace, or you're not there yet?
No, the lace I held back the first normal, and I was gonna hold back a bell, but I don't know, just with how the bell market is going, it's like maybe if I maybe a couple clutches down the line, if I get like a fucking just clean, like just black and white, because it's like I don't know, there's like tons of variability in bells, but normals I definitely want to go like super. I mean, I'm already like super heavy into normals. Like I have like, including the baby I held back, I have 5, and then probably in like maybe like June-ish. Maybe, I don't know. We'll kind of see, just judging how this female grows, but because the male normal that I'm trying to pair to her is just like freaking like gigantic, like that thing, like it dwarfs the female. So like this year is probably like just do normal to normal pairings and stuff like that. But as far as the Pilbar, it's like, I don't know. I think I'm gonna keep back like definitely at least the 2, but we'll kind of see how it goes.
Yeah. That's the thing with monitor lizards compared to like any other reptiles. Holding them back, especially when you're talking about lace, not so much the Pilbaras, but you're talking about big animals. These things need substantial changes.
Too. Yeah, literally, it's just like it's not. It's like I gotta think properly, because it's like I just turned 21 like a few months ago.
Space management, yeah.
Like I'm still living at home with my parents, but like the goal this year is to like figure out a way to get the hell out, pretty much. Extremely grateful for like what my parents have let me do, and like
absolutely
over the fucking this room, take over the garage. I got shit in the backyard, you know, like extremely grateful for what they've let me do, you know, from what it started like when I was 13 to like now, it's just like, what the fuck? Like,
How old are you now, Alex?
just turned 21.
Not 21.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
You should, yeah, when I had the beard, everybody thought I was like fucking like 30 or whatever. And at that time, I was like 19, 20 with that giant ass beard, you know, fucking
Yeah.
the jihad beard, the Taliban beard, or whatever the fuck. My grandma would call me a terrorist. She's like, "You look like a terrorist. You look like a terrorist," you know. Like we're Armenian, so I'm allowed to say that. I'm not allowed to make jokes like that.
Yeah, it's. Hey, I think I don't know. It is what it is, man. I mean, I'm from the day where shit was funny, whether it was
Yeah.
offensive or not. Funny is funny.
Fuck
That's the
'em.
way
Fuck
I
'em,
look
dude.
at it.
Fuck 'em. Yeah, who cares?
That-
Who cares?
It's it. Funny is funny. I mean, but hey, correct me if I'm wrong. You, I believe you wound up like Waterloo hatched out this normal lace monitor 1 year. And man, this thing was beautiful. It was like tiger striped. Did you wind up with that animal?
Yeah. So that's the one I'm planning on breeding. Like she's gonna be 2, and like I think she hatched like February, like early in February sometime. Of what will it be, like 2022? So she's about to hit that 3-year-old mark, and she's getting size on her for sure. But yeah, no, that's the one that I'm planning on breeding this year with my.
Yeah. Well, so from my standpoint on. I mean, I'm a black and white guy. I love black and white animals.
She's black, dude. She's she's dark. Yeah.
Really dark. And then the nice nose rings. That thing is so beautiful. But with that being said, you know, people say to me, hey, how come you don't have any bells? I'm like, you know, I love lace. I'm a monitor guy. I love all monitors. But
my first lace was a bell, you know? So it's like,
I like the normals better than bells. And like you said, the bells market is, I don't want to say it's played out, but I see people leaning more and more towards the normals now.
Yeah.
You know, for their own unique beauty. And the one that you have, that female, to me, is probably the best one in the United States.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've been told that. I've been offered lots of fucking money for her, and like, well, I'm like, nope, like, you know. It's like, I'd rather breed that thing, you know. And it's like, probably, like, honestly, that first clutch, I'm gonna hold back like a shitload of that one, you know, because it's just like just the variability, like from baby to like, you know, 2 to 3 years old, like just how much change a normal can go through is like fucking ridiculous. Like it's true, like it's truly insane. Like that thing. It, like as a baby, it's like like it had some black on it and shit, but it's all banded and shit like that. And it's just like as it, you know, when I got it, it was like already pretty dark. But just as she's gotten older, she's just gone like insanely fucking dark. You know, it's like it's nothing compared to like some of the Australian dark lace I've seen, and like those lace, like I've seen some dark animals, like not like, you know, in Australia, but I've seen pictures of, you know, kipus and shit like that and wildlife.
Right.
Like those ones are like, it's like black head, like just fucking black down to the neck, like, you know, to the shoulders and shit. Just like, those are really nice.
But like I said, that the striped, I don't know if I'm saying it, tiger striped is what I like to refer to it as, because I don't know what else to call it.
Yeah.
But man, I told Brian, I'm like, that thing is beautiful. You're keeping that? Yeah, I'm keeping it. And then he winds up selling it to you. So I'm glad it's still around, you know.
Oh yeah.
And not somewhere like, not everybody goes on the internet, you know what I mean? So I'm glad it's somewhere where we can all still see such a beautiful animal. Yeah. And big kudos to Brian for producing that thing.
I know. Big kudos. Huge kudos. Fucking
yeah.
I don't know. I owe, like, as far as like the lace goes, like I owe him like all my fucking success. You know, like the amount of questions I asked this fucking guy, like just so many questions, like over and over and over again. You know,
well, I could tell you one thing. I've known Brian a long time, and for him to stick it out with you for all these years, he must really see something good in you, because you know, we as old dogs, we try to give out advice to people, and you know, the people that really listen to our advice and implement it, you know, we're there for them. And then there's people that you know, it's like we waste our breath. We talk to these people and we tell them what we think is best, and then they go and they do something somebody else had said and it don't work out, and then they come back to us, and you know, we get aggravated with that kind of stuff. And for Brian to stick with you, you must be doing real good, because Brian, and like you said, Brian is he's a wealth of knowledge. So
He's
you don't want to get on
bullshit type of dude. He's like, you know, he's a no nonsense, you know.
He don't bullshit, no.
Yeah. Which, I mean, we need more of in this fucking hobby. Like, all this fucking like back and forth bullshit. It's like, dude, like all this, you know, not to get into drama or anything, but I mean, I don't know, like all this shit. Like at the end of the day, you think about it, like it's like you're keeping animals. You know, you're keeping reptiles. It's like, what's the point to like argue about this, argue about that? You know, all the fucking bullshit. You know, it's like you're keeping a reptile. You know.
Yeah. So what I like to do to you know, I mean, because we're all outspoken, we want to say what we want to say, and then there's some people that just don't really listen. So what I always say at that point is, hey, do what you're going to do. There's more than one way to do this. There's more than one way to skin the cat, and good luck to you, you know? So, but, so the first time I met you was at, besides on it in person, was at Monitor Fest. What, it had to be 20.
I think that was the first time, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. 2022.
Yeah.
And, you know, man, you were so willing to throw that dog shot collar on. Bro, that was the funniest shit ever, man. You're going to go down as a legend for that.
Yeah. No, I know. There's probably multiple people with that fucking video out there. But, no, like, it was just like I'm running. I'm like, dude, it's not fucking shocking me. It's like, what the fuck, you know? And then, like, I get past that certain point. I'm like, holy shit. Like, now it's getting me. Like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's all good. That's great. So, and then again, I hope I see you again this year at Monitor Fest.
Yeah,
it's always a fun time.
I'll be there.
Sounds good.
No more shot collars. Some other year.
No, we're gonna have to do something different. I think we're gonna try like maybe like a live BB gun gallery or something. Are you in?
Oh, that would be fun.
I'm only joking, man. I don't want to do that because I can't run, so I'll be pelted. But yeah, it's always a good time. Now, let me ask you something about how often. What's the duration that you keep your animals outside in California? Like, how many months do you get?
Year round.
You get year round, huh?
Yep. I mean, I keep my Arguses outside too, my pair of Arguses, but they're obviously not like the Australian type Argus. They're the Papua New Guinea, is it?
Right.
Yeah, Papua New Guinea. And I mean, honestly, like, I fucking hate keeping. I mean, they do fine. You know, they're completely fine during wintertime. You know, it's just like I got to make sure I'm like on top of heat, on top of like humidity and shit like that. But dude, as far as the lace, like, I barely have to worry about them. You know, it's like as long as they got like a solid like 1 or 2 heat boxes, and even if they only had like, you know, like the 1 or some shit like that, you know, it's just like they go, like they just figure, like, I have no issues with them outside, and that's why. I'm actually thinking about because right now just my 2 male lace are outside, my big male normal, and then the bell that I have, the big male bell. But I mean, I did get 1 clutch outside. Like, that was my first ever clutch. I mean, obviously the eggs, you know, I fucked up and, you know, waited a week to collect them and just wasn't sure if she laid, you know, blah blah blah, bullshit. But I mean, definitely like this year, I'm probably gonna build some cages that are. Like something I can take down a little bit more easy, and then probably put 2 cages like right side by side, and then I'm gonna take my bell female and put her outside, and then she'll probably just chill out, just hang out. But she bred a decent amount with me this year, or last year, and then same with one of my other female normals. I'm probably not going to breed her this year. I'll probably wait like another year just because like she's not as big as the super dark one. And then probably just keep that dark one inside because I mean I already built her like a massive cage. You know, it's just mainly that female normal. She needs a little upgrade, but uh, definitely like in the future, you know, like especially if I stay in California, uh, like I'm gonna keep all the lace outside. Like it's easy. Like you just solid heat box, you know, maybe another heat box, like, and it's just like they're golden, you know. It's
Yeah.
like even part of it, like my male bell, he actually went into like a full on like brumation last year, like last winter, in the winter of like 2023, 2024. And he went off food for probably like 2 months total, 2, 3 months, you know. Uh, but yeah, no, they just do well. They just, you know, they thrive. They survive, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. They're tough. They're tough animals.
Yeah, yeah,
So like with these bow and I that I have here now, man, I'm blown away by like you said, your male lace. He was out in these cooler temperatures, and he actually went into a brumation. I have these bow and I got them down to 60 degrees, and you know I'm a colubrid guy from North American colubrid guy. So usually when you get down to 60, 50 degrees, they pretty well, you know, brumate, they shut down.
yeah.
These things here at 60 degrees, they'll still eat, they'll still poop, they still cruise around. It's just, it blows my mind. So, yeah, these Bo and I are giving me a little different,
So headache. Yeah,
not really a headache, but just makes you realize that these animals can get cold. You
yeah,
know what we
yeah.
consider cold.
I mean, like I'll be honest, like, because I this last year I built like the main big heat boxes for those big lace. And I mean those boxes like stay warm. I got, you know, fucking like the slate in there, you know, so it heats up that slate and shit. Like I should probably maybe insulate it a little better, put some like spray foam around the edges and stuff like that. But I mean, for now it's like it's working. And then I have another like insulated heat box at the bottom, or like technically right under, but it's in the cage. The other ones are on the outside of the cage.
Right.
But
No external heat added to that, just from what the sun cooks the slates.
no. I have heat lights in there. I have heat
Oh,
lights,
okay.
and yeah, I have heat lights in the bigger heat boxes. And then I have one of those tortoise in the smaller heat box. I have a tortoise heat pad, and then I have like a little light mounted up on top, and that keeps it cooking as well. But I mean, they
Yeah.
kind of the male bell, like he almost always chooses the. That's also one nice thing. It's like for the, you know, most part they put themselves in their box. You know, it's like they figure it out. They're just smart. Like with
They're not dumb. Yeah.
yeah, when my male Argus, like yeah, him.
What did we look at it? Oh, there we
That,
go.
so he kind of flip flops between boxes. So he does sometimes a smaller, like last night he was in the smaller box. But sometimes he'll go to the big box. Most of the time it's the big box, but sometimes he's lazy and doesn't want to crawl up all the way to the big box, you know, so he'll just hunker down in the little box. But
Sounds
dude,
like he
like
works it out.
oh yeah. But I mean, like I've caught them before, like outside of the boxes, and like I temp them, dude, and they're like 50, 55 degrees, like completely fine, you know, and it's like, you know, and they're still amped up, you know, like it's not, so yeah, that's the female bell that I have. And this was when she was still outside, and I did get a clutch from her outside. Uh, But I mean, now with like the knowledge I have, like I feel like I can, at least in California, like pretty readily breed lace outside. You know, it's just also like I would get less clutches, which I don't really care about.
Right.
It just keeps longevity, helps brumation. Or like brumation is a lot easier outside than it is inside. Like at least in my experience, like because it's like my garage still gets like, you know, hot as shit.
Yeah.
And like she's not in like a full brumation right now. But like I switched up the light cycles big time. Like, you know, it's only on like 8 hours a day. You know, there's only like 1 or 2 heat lights on at a time. but she did this like weird like phantom clutch thing where I thought she was gonna. I just waited too long to like fully shut her down. Like I should have just had her done and shut down within like and had all the lights off. Light cycles within like like 4 to 5 weeks. But I just waited too long because I was like, oh yeah, I'll do like a natural bullshit whatever. But
Right.
and she never laid. She never did lay. But yeah, no, she just it's just like keeping outside. It's just brumation would be a lot easier.
Yeah.
What's up, boys? Do you mind if
Hey.
do you mind if I crash the episode?
Oh, no.
More than welcome, Mike.
Hey, awesome information from what I'm hearing so far. And I just want to say, Alec, for you to be on this network really means a lot. I hit you up, I think, a couple years ago. You definitely weren't 21 yet. And and what's crazy is I already saw something within this kid before he even had a lace monitor clutch. And I was like, dude, I need you on the show. Like, it was like, it kind of reminded me when I first met Stephen Cush. I was like, dude, you're a fucking freak of nature for your age. You know what I mean? And so, but now here you are, you got what, 3 clutches under your belt, lace monitor clutches?
Technically 2, but I have 2 more on the way.
But Uncle Mike, him being able to hatch these outside and indoors, I mean, that's next level. Wouldn't you say, Uncle Mike?
No, so
that's
I was just, before you jumped on, Mike, I wanted to interject and say, I'm a firm believer in, and always have been, that like what I do here in the Midwest, you couldn't do in California. What he's doing in California, you definitely can't do here. Yeah. So for him to work out what it takes to do this outside, it's like you said, it's like next level, almost genius that he can do that, because I've always said it. People who do this stuff outside, man, I give them all the credit, because inside we control everything, lights, heat, temperatures, everything. Where when you're outside, like, you're at the mercy of Mother Nature. So if you get a week of cloudy skies, you don't really have control over temps at that point. And if your animal happens to be building follicles at that time, and this cool spell comes through, it could screw up your whole thing.
That's why you have to have, like, especially when you're like in the fuck, like, dude, even like, so I did get that first clutch outside with her, but I never hatched it because the eggs.
Oh, they didn't hatch?
No, they didn't hatch. I got the first clutch in March, and that or like March of 2024, because she laid that first clutch in like September of 2023. But I got that first clutch inside, actually. But I mean, knowing what I know now, it's just like it would just make life a lot easier, just keeping them outside, just less clutches, just easier brumation,
But let me ask you this, Alec. I mean, don't you see a different type of enrichment that they get from being outside? Like as big as this enclosure you could do indoors, it's something about them being outside that
they become different animals. They become.
You see what you want to see, though. Like, you're like, holy shit, this is the fucking the philosopher raptor that you see in the wild. They become a whole different animal, dude.
Like the males, like they become, especially like during the peak of summer, like they're fucking like, I mean, they're already assholes, but they're like fucking like on point. Like they're just like going, like they're like, I don't know. They're side by side with each other, but it's like open air.
I think it's fight or flight. I think they feel like okay, like in the wild, they're like can get picked up by birds or even other lizards.
They're trying to attack me, type shit. Like they're like, not even defensive. They're just like, this is my fucking cage.
Territorial,
territorial. Get the hell out, because it's like, dude, like I have to like. I got to use a shovel and like not like smack them hard or whatever.
Kind of block them.
Yeah, dude. It's like it's like, dude, like
it's scary.
Like,
you know what you got to get, Alec? You got to get one of those clear police riot shields. That would look fantastic. You need videos of that.
I've used lids. I've used lids before, like just like guarding my feet. It's just
right.
Because like,
right, but to actually get one that says police on it would be fantastic.
So,
oh my God.
I have to say this story because obviously when I had my lace monitors, I got them as babies. I think Alice was like 2 months, and then the female, and then I'm sorry, the male was like not too much younger than Alice. And so, you know, I raised them up, bro, like as a baby, and taking them out and like seeing how, like, you know, how fucking how puppy tame they were at that time. And then right when I finally got the outdoor enclosure set, where I could at least put them out there and see how they acted. And Mac Dre was already about 2 at that time. And so this guy, mind you, has never stepped up to me, has never like opened up his chest. And I put him out there, let him roam. I leave for 20 minutes. I come back. He's all breathing. I'm like, yo, what is, and he's like standing with his chest out, bro. And I'm like, this is fucking scary. And it made me not want to put him outside because I didn't want that.
You know, time, man. Give them time, and they'll calm down. I mean, they're not angry like all the time. You know, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I could still, like, you know, if they're, you know, if I look at them, they're in a good mood, I could still, you know, chin scratch them and stuff like that.
Right.
But like, dude, when they're amped up, they're amped up. You know, it's like they're no bullshit. Like, they're, you know, if you're not on your game, they're fucking coming after you. You know, but it's like you had to give them time, man. Like, just give them like, you know, a few weeks out, and they'll be like, oh, like, you know, this is not that bad. You know, they'll get slowly used to it. You know, they'll just kind of figure out the way.
So what you're saying, Alec, is when you do keep them outside, you notice that aggressive behavior kind of tapers back after they're out for some time.
Oh yeah, big time.
See,
adjustment period.
You know, I mean, maybe you're the guy for it, Alec, is to understand why when you take an animal that's fairly tractable from an indoor situation and you put them to an outdoor situation that they, and I got to watch my words here because I don't want to say like they're, you know, Tasmanian devils or anything like that, but that they do become more bold and
I mean, there's a lot more smells outside too. Like, you got to think,
there's more things for them to worry about.
You got birds flying over, bro, like shadows. Like, it's like a whole other beast out there.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I got to say, I forget who posted it, maybe Crutchfield, but there a monitor that was kept outside. They had a video of it, and you can hear like a plane up in the air. And the animal just really turned his head.
I remember you saying that. I remember you saying that. Yeah.
And he was actually watching, you know, I mean, because you think about an airplane way up in the air, they don't know what an airplane is. It probably just seemed like a bird to him, but he kept his eye on it at any rate. So, they're cautious.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You just got to, like, there's a lot more smells outside than, you know, indoors in a cage. You know, it's like, there's like a, you know, decent amount of, you know, smells in like an indoor cage, and especially you put like fresh dirt, like the dirt that you get, you know, the fucking, you know, like that dirt, that I need some of that dirt, you know.
Hey,
like some of the stuff inside.
If you ever come out here and you're driving, let me know. We'll go to the farm and I'll fill you up.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
be a mission, be like a, you know, I helped Mason move cross country, and that was like a fucking like. That was a mission because we had like a 40-foot like truck and trailer. Like, me and a buddy did it, and like, you know, I did 800 miles, he did 800 miles. Like,
wow.
We did it straight shot too. Like, you know, we're like we hit New Mexico, like the sun was coming up, and we were just like, because we're a day late leaving, and we had a buddy. We had Lucas, you know Lucas. We had Lucas coming up from, you know, Lucas Cobra Keeper Jr.
Who?
Lucas,
oh, yeah. Good kid.
Yeah. But he's a good buddy of mine, and he was coming up from Georgia. So it's like, we were just like, you know, like, shit, like, he's coming up from Georgia out of his way. I mean, we did end up flying out a day later, you know, which was nice. So we got to spend more time. We got to do some burping out there and shit like that. But no, we were just like, we hit New Mexico, and we're just like, you know what, like, let's just, you know, like, do you want to like full send it? Like, do you just want to, you know, whatever, like, you like sleep right now. So when I'm freaking feeling tired, it's like, you know, we're ready to go. You know?
You know what's funny that you say that, like, you're a young man and you can do all that. And when I used to travel with my family and stuff, we'd go on vacation, you know, I'd do my 4 or 5 hours, and I'm really tired. And I would say to my wife, okay, you take over now. And then when I go in the passenger seat and I realize that she's driving, there ain't no way I'm going to sleep. So it's like I might as well just keep driving.
I know. Yeah. No, I mean, like, yeah, no, like like I've driven like before that, I'd driven trailers before and stuff like that. So I was pretty confident, but that was like the biggest trailer like I've ever driven before, biggest truck and trailer. But my buddy has like never driven a trailer in his life, you know. So like I'm showing him like I'm like, hey, like I need you to switch off like right now. You know, it's like I'm fucking my vision's all like fucking weird, like driving for like, you know, 14 hours, 15 hours or whatever. And I'm like, okay, like don't do this, don't do that, you know, whatever. And then like you know, just stayed up with him. But like, dude, like there was like a point where it's like been up for like, you know, probably close to 40 hours, over 40 hours. Just like I had to knock out, you know.
And you're a good friend for doing that for Mason. And you know, Mason's a good guy too. But let me ask you a question back on monitors here. What I mean, I know you're passionate about the lace, obviously, and the beaded lizards, and of course all monitors. But is there anything you're looking for in the future, monitor wise, to get into?
I mean, I'm getting more Pilbaras. I have one Kim right now. And then I'm getting another possible 1.1 of Kim's as well. The Pilbara pair I'm getting is like for sure 1.1, even though they are kind of young. But I need some more Audatria, like Kingorum. Kingorum would be nice. But I mean, I don't know, like definitely at one point, like proc monitors would be cool, but like right now, proc monitors just don't make sense. You know, it's just like I can't like. I mean, one, I'm out of space pretty much, and I got to think about lace monitors first before starting like a whole another big monitor project like that. I do want to get my Argus breeding eventually, but I don't know. Like I'm very like particular about what I like. It's just like I don't like I mean you know. There's like the tree monitors. There's this. There's that. You know.
Trust me. I mean, you know what's crazy? I say to people when I talk to them, MJ too. It's like when you get bit by the varanid bug, you're fucked. You're doomed. You're addicted, and you can't. I mean, as much as we would all like to have a pair of everything, you just can't. So you got to pick and choose, like you're saying, what you really want to work with. But don't sleep on Togienus, man. I think you'd love these things.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey,
I've seen those. Yeah.
Hey, Alec, I got a pretty tough question for you. You know, because obviously I see where things are headed for you. You know, I don't see you not getting any even better at breeding lace. I think you have a bright future, but you think you're going to run into an issue with maybe some of these laces that you sell maybe being resold to the wrong person or something, or like, you know, because like, let's admit, these are not for everybody. For 110%, like you have to be built for these monitors, and you're gonna fucking find out for sure. But I'm curious if you get to the point where you're rolling out lace monitor babies, you know, and you know, it is what it is. You know, you gotta sell them. But like, do you ever feel like you might get to the point where you're like, shit, I can't keep track with all these lace monitors and make sure that they're going to the right person and not to somebody who just has no clue what the fuck they're doing, you know? Like, does that ever wonder in your head at all?
Yeah, no, big time. It's like even now, like at this point, like I've sold like 4 at this point, you know? And I mean, I sold 2 of them to the one guy, but I mean, he's a really cool guy. Like, you know, he knows what he's doing, you know, he's in Texas. But I mean, it's just like, it's always a process. It's like, you know, like this is going to be a funny story. But I sold one locally to a buddy too, who took one. And I mean, he's you know him, Robert Balin.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a really good buddy of mine, and he has, you know, it's like I know he's going to do well with them. But at this past show, I had the normal for sale, and this like, you know, I never judge a book by its cover, like never, you know, never at all. But this mom, like he's probably like his mom and his kid, or in her kid, they're like, you know, he's maybe like 16, 17, you know, some shit like that, you know, which is like, you know, I got my first lace at 16, you know. So it's like I'm given the whole rundown of information. And then they were like, just I'm just talking to him, whatever, blah blah blah, whatever. But it's like he doesn't even know what he's like getting into, And I'm like, oh yeah, like I can do, if you got cash, like I can do, 3,500. And he's like, oh yeah, I can totally do that. But I say 35. He's like, oh yeah, I can totally do that, totally do that. So his mom's like pulling money out, and I'm like, that doesn't look like 3,500 cash. And I'm like, nah, man, like, this is like 3,500, And then he's like, he doesn't say anything or whatever, and then he just like goes to hand me the cash. And I'm like, no, this is like 3,500. Like this is a lot of money. He's like, oh, they told me 45 or whatever, like $45 or whatever they meant. They're like, no, I'm like, no, they meant like 4,500 or whatever.
Well, back
but
to,
it's like,
to Mike's point is, I feel that way too about a lot of monitors. That's why I don't
but it's like
really.
he didn't even know what he was getting.
Right.
It's like that's the point. It's like you gotta like make sure you vet your fucking people.
See, and that's what I think too. I think if everybody keeps their prices, what these animals are worth, that deters a lot of that. What am I looking for? That they're not disposable animals, and
no,
at the prices we sell them for, the prices really wean out a bunch of looky-loos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People who think, they're going to keep it in a 10-gallon fish tank. Because there's still a lot of people out like that. Like you just said, that guy thought $35. That's a big difference.
Hey, you guys should have saw the offers I got when I put Mac Dre and Alice for sale. Holy shit! The fucking trailer trash that were trying to get these snakes or get these lizards. I was like, fuck no. And luckily it all worked out. But I was definitely willing to be like, well, if I have to keep them, I have to keep them. I'm not. They're just not going to go to some random, like, and especially somebody who doesn't have like a background or like some sort of like resume in this game. You know what I mean? Like I had to keep tabs of them, and here I am.
I'm all to like keep, No, I'm all about like helping new keepers out. And it's like if it's your first lace monitor, I will give you like as much fucking info. But it's like you also got to do info yourself. Like you got to do a bunch of research yourself. So it's like, if you're not doing that, it's like it's like I don't know. It's like I don't know what to tell you.
Uncle Mike, you got to sign off or what? You got to go to the dentist?
Yeah, I got to take my daughter to the dentist. I'm sorry, Alec. And again,
we're
going to do
round two.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hey, and Mike, thanks for sitting in for this. All right.
I got your back, bro. You already know it.
Yep. I'll see you guys next time. Take care, Alex. Thank you so much, Alex.
Yeah.
Bye.
Do another one. See ya.
Hey, there's one thing I know for sure. There's no Uncle Mike in this fucking world besides this Uncle Mike. Like this, he is such a one of a kind person and definitely one of the best people, bro. Like, and then when you're talking about Waterloo earlier, like, dude, I love Waterloo, man. Like, those are the kind of people. Like, I got raised by a dad that was like Waterloo, like no bullshit. You know what I mean? And so I'm adapted. I adapt to stuff like that, and I can tell that you do too. Like, you like that kind of shit,
Yeah. It just tells you how it is. It's like there's no fucking little in between, whatever bullshit, blah blah blah. It's just like, boom.
Hey, so check it out, Alec. You know how I did a bunch of interviews at the Super Show?
Yeah.
All got deleted.
Really?
Yeah. So our little sit down that we had, all gone. Okay.
I was thinking. I was like, shit. I'm like, he hasn't posted that yet. I'm like, I wonder if he's just busy or whatever. But
that's the first time that's ever happened. And yeah, dude. So, anyways, it gives me a better reason to bring you on a Thursday night so we could have our like official one-on-one episode. Which we'll have. But listen, I want to pick things up where Uncle Mike left off. I know right now you're like tight with space and you're pretty much like locked in. But like, what do you know about croc monitors? Like let's just say, if you have the space, you're in your new place, whatever, like space is not an issue and you're ready to take on that project. Like, what do you know about the croc monitor and like, what would you maybe do differently than you've done with all your other monitors?
I mean, to be honest, like I would probably still, like, especially if I was in California still, I would probably still consider keeping them outside. I would just do like a lot more different shit. Then because it's
like space, or like what do you mean by more different shit? Like how would
like humidity, like finding a way to keep humidity right. It's like you don't want them to get fucked up. It's like I'd probably put like a big ass pond in there, big ass pond feeder. It's like make sure the water stays 90 year round.
What about with your laces right now? Being outside in Cali, like, because we get really dry humidity. So what have you like? Do you feel like the laces can handle drier humidity a lot more than other members? Okay.
Oh yeah, big time, big time. I mean, just any like like true Australian, because it's like I have like the Papua New Guinea Argus or whatever the hell outside, and it's just like even them like they get like little fucked up shit, and I'm just like, dude, this is such a fucking pain in the ass, just like keeping them outside. But I've figured it out. I've done a lot of like testing and trial and error and shit like that. They do pretty well out here now.
And you would definitely get babies, like you'd raise them up. You would say like that would be your, or do you feel like you would get some adults? Like how would you approach this?
I mean, either probably like, I mean, I don't mind imports or whatever. I know there's captive born crocs and shit out there now, like a whole bunch of them.
What are those going for? I'm curious. Are those being priced right now? I don't even know like what those would even go for. Like a United States captive born bred.
Anywhere from like 5 all the way up to like 7,500. I mean, I know there's some on MORPH market right now that are like 7,500. And they're nice too. Yeah, they're really nice. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like fucking if I had that extra cash laying around, I'd be like, after splurging on all the fucking monitors and shit.
And you're trying to buy a house too. Like you got you have a lot going on right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. At this point, it's like, probably gonna rent, but it's like renting is just like throwing money away at the end of the day. But I mean, if I had my way, if I had like a fucking fat bag at the end of the year, I'd probably try to put a down payment on something. But we'll kind of see how it goes. But
totally.
Definitely with keeping Proxo outside in California, like just try to keep that humidity on point. Like I would probably make it like a greenhouse style, cage, just year round, keep the panels up and, just make sure that humidity, stays in. But same thing would probably like, I'd keep a heat box, keep all that shit in, same shit I'm doing with the lace, just find a way to keep humidity right,
I just ignored Lori Barczyk's call and my heart's racing right now. Okay. Just so you know. All right. So I just want to let you know how special you are, Alec.
Shit, thank you. Shit.
Lori, I'll call you back. I swear. No, like, dude, like, man, I'll tell you what, Alec, like, obviously when you really obsess over these things that you keep, you want them to fucking have the best life you could possibly give them. Right. And you got certain things like these snakes and certain like ball pythons that can handle like minimal enclosure sizes. Not that and you can still enjoy them that way. But when it comes to an adult monitor, bro, like especially a lace, like when Mac Dre started really gaining size, and I just realized how like this whole like, okay, I think my enclosure I had was 8 feet tall, 6 feet across, and then 4 feet deep. And that 6 feet across, bro. His tail was curling, like he couldn't even fully lay out. And then I'm like, and the thing was like, I had something to split that enclosure in half in case Alice were to get knocked up. And so I was just like, dude, this is like, I'm not enjoying this. It was kind of like my whole story with Retix, my mainlands that were all like pushing on in 4x2x2s and fucking up their face. Luckily, Mac Dre or Alice wasn't doing that, but bro, that's how I felt like. And ever since I started following you and seeing how you did stuff outside, I'm like, this is what if I'm going to keep these monitors, this is how I need to do it, because I'll be able to enjoy it this way and they could enjoy it. But I feel like I give you so much kudos, bro, because you need so much brain power. Like there's no lazy, like I'm going to forget about this for a couple days. Like when you have something outside, it's an everyday chore. You have to fucking look for things, because these are, I mean, let's be real. These monitors they're scary.
You got to look if a light fucking breaks. You got to make sure, escaping and shit like that. Like you got to make sure, it's like there's a couple, like, I mean, mainly my female Argus cage. It's like, it's not getting fucked up, but it's like, I also want to give her like a little bit more space. But I mean, like, I don't know. It's just like, you got to like, especially if you're doing like just straight wood, like you have to make sure. Like,
do you use treated wood, Alec? Like, is your wood treated? Like, is it like I guess water stain proof or something like that, or something?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely like in the future, I'll probably build with like treated shit for sure. If not, I'd like to do like all metal or like, you know, get those like custom
Yeah,
cage and shit.
yeah, like bird cages and shit. Like
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what I have like the lace that are in. It's like it's 12 by 8 by 7, but it's split in half. So each cage is uh where the fuck it is, 8 by 6 by 7.
right.
But I mean that material is like that materials are the shit I want. You know, it's
Yeah.
like it's bird
Sturdy.
cage material. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Like,
dude, they could bust through that shit, man. Like if it's not
Yeah.
strong enough, if that monitor wants to get out, it's gonna find a way to get out. And that's why, like, you know, making sure that they're happy in their enclosure is everything. And you know, you made a good point about Mac Dre when he would like when he checked me the first day I put him outside. I'm pretty sure it was just like he wasn't too sure what was going on. And I think with time, obviously, you know, it starts to
probably would have figured it out. He would have, you know, gotten a little bit more mellow. Maybe he wouldn't have always been like, you know, like how he used to be, but like he definitely would have calmed down for sure.
Okay, I got something for you. Shout out to Cody, man. I think you know him. He's fucking this dude's a G right here. I think he's a little slept on. He's a slept on keeper, but
just
he knows
had some beateds, has had some Kims. Yeah,
we're full of sick as fuck, and he likes to be behind the scenes. He prefers it. So sorry for putting you on blast right now, Cody. But he got Mac Dre. I sent Mac Dre to Cody.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah.
But Mac Dre is fucking being a big dick to this guy, and Mac Dre wasn't really a dick to me. Like he never tail whipped, never like attempt to bite. Apparently, Mac Dre's trying to bite this dude.
Really?
Yeah. What would you think that could be from? Do you think the shipping could have maybe shooken him up? Do you think maybe
probably just new environment?
The husbandry maybe like
not even husbandry, just new environment.
Period.
He's probably just still like just tweaking out, you know, and he's still like a small male. But it's like once those males get like you know, like big, it's like then you're just like unstoppable. Like they're just fucking, you know, it's like nothing scares them, nothing fucking, you know, hinders them at all, you know.
That's a good point. Remember that video of Mac Dre running away from Alice like a little bitch, and they were like, and people thought like, oh, you have 2 males. I'm like, no, I think my male's is being a pussy. Like I think because I think Alice was ready
also
for
something with pairing. Yeah, with pairing, it's like you need to make sure like your males, like it's like don't get me wrong, you could probably get away with like having a smaller male. But I mean having a big male helps because it's just like, you know, it's like when that female's ready, she's fucking ready. You know, so it's like like not it sounds fucked up. It's like, you know, it's like the females are ready to be like fucking dominate.
No,
you know,
it's a thing of nature where like they expect something bigger to come along and be like, all right, bitch, you're gonna take this right now, and you can't do nothing about it. You know what I mean? And Mac, you're right. Mac just wasn't at that level like of a male. Like he's like a little like probably 13-year-old with fucking barely has pubes on his dick. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, seriously. Like that's literally the comparison. Like seriously, you know. It's like fucking my male lace are like they're big. You know, they're like
and your male's big, bro. Like you got some.
The normal is big. I mean, yeah, my male bell, like he's big, but like when I pulled that male normal out of the box, I was like, holy fuck.
Where'd that male normal come from?
I don't know if he wants. Yeah, I don't know if he wants me to say
behind the scenes.
Yeah, I'll tell you after, but I mean, I don't know if he wants it like real public knowledge.
No, you're good. You're good. So, but how long ago did you get that male?
He's also sired a clutch for me too. The last clutch I have from the bell, from the bell female, I did a normal pairing.
But he came in as an adult, like all ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, but I like pulled him out of that box and I was like, holy fuck. I'm like, this is like the biggest lace I've ever seen.
Okay, how the fuck do you get a male adult lace monitor in a box? Like are you talking like a shipping box or like a plastic tote like thing? What do you come in?
So plastic tote, and then I used to have another male Argus, and I used like the same exact way the male lace came in. I think I used the same tub too.
Yeah.
I just built my own box, you know. But like, dude, like I fucking used so many rolls of tape when I shipped out that male Argus. But yeah, just basically, I mean, people do different ways. Like I know Nick Lillis, like I've heard he uses those like thick ass mesh bags to ship shit in, like big adult monitors. But I mean, I just find like the plastic tote is like so much easier. You know, it's just like you take the tote, boom, you know, you can put some bullshit insulation on the side.
Yeah, that's what I did.
like,
but apparently Mac Dre got out of the fucking little pillow sack I put him in, and he shredded that insulation to fucking smithereens.
really?
I guess so. Yeah, Cody said he destroyed the inside of the enclosure. But also, too, you want to hear a fucking God? I didn't want to talk about this publicly, but I will because people make mistakes. But I was supposed to send the Mac Dre to Pittsburgh, and I sent it to Williamsburg, a different fucking airport. So goddamn Mac Dre went to the wrong airport. They sent him back to ATL and then back to the right airport. Poor fucking guy, dude. Yeah, that might have had something to do with him tweaking out, maybe too. Like he was probably like,
yeah,
what the fuck is
probably
going
in
on
shipment
right
a little bit longer. He's like, what the fuck? He's like,
yeah, I felt
fuck.
so bad. Like I was already stressing out about shipping monitors, and you know, Alice made it fine, and of course Mac, the fucking dude. But what are you gonna do? He's fine now, and Cody just said he's coming around, starting to come around now. So. But yeah, man, like, dude, listen, I love the snakes, but I for whatever reason, the monitors are more like a dog to me. Like, it's like, it's literally, like it's more of a sociable thing that I have a connection with. And like I said, I love all this stuff, but the monitors, man, and Uncle Mike was right. Once you get that itch, bro, like, I don't ever see myself not keeping monitors. Like, I need something. Like, I need something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, I used to have like a shitload of retics, dude. Like I had like, you know.
Yeah. Well, where's all the, okay, where are you at with the retics? I've been meaning to ask you, like where.
I have, I mean, you can see right now.
You have that golden child still, that really nice one?
I have 2 golden childs.
Oh, nice. But you're not breeding them?
No. It's just like, dude, they're mainly pets. Like, you know, when I did, like first get out of retics, I had like, probably close to like 20 adults at one point, like 15, 20 or some shit like that, like mainlands. And it was like, it was fun, you know, and it's just like, I still have like I have this one big female at the bottom. I have this one, this middle one was my first ever retic. And she's like now like, you know, 16-foot giant, you know, she used to fit in the palm of my hands. And then I have another female on top right here. This was like one of the first, like, breedings I ever did, even though it's a co-breeding with a buddy. But I held this one back, and I used to have her brother, but I sent her brother away. And then I just have my platinum son retic that he was my second ever retic. And I mean, I went through like a lot of bullshit with him. Like I went through like 5 prolapses with him. Like
really, damn, you don't really hear prolapses from a retic. I mean, at least I haven't. That's crazy.
You wanna know where it came from?
Yeah. Let me take a guess.
Yeah, take a wild guess.
The place where fucking horror
shit goes to die. Yeah.
Prehistoric death.
Dude, like, I don't know, dude. Like, and I've heard the same thing. Like, you know, retics that come from there, like they have issues sometimes. Like it's like I don't know what the fuck it is.
The lineage of neglect, bro. Like we're talking like he has bred animals that are so fucked up, and he's able still to get eggs. Like he's like a glorified Samson. Like he's like he's a Hollywood Samson. Like and he's able to paint himself to look like he's like somebody legit, but he's a fucking dirtbag, dude. I can't stand that guy. It's been a long time since I've gone on a rant about fucking prehistoric death, but that guy is one of the biggest piece of shits we have in this hobby, hands down, worse than anybody else, I think. Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, I've heard of like, you know, other people having issues with their babies, you know, whatever. Like, whether it's like a prolapse, whether it's some retarded shit, like, you know, it's just like, you know, just something fucking happens with them, you know, and they just die randomly at a young age or something like that. But I mean, I went through a lot of issues with him, and then I have the Sun double het MOCO OGS, which I would like to breed. He's a male, and that, like, when I was keeping retics, like that was my big, like I wanted Mochino OGS, like that was the big fucking, you know, like what I wanted. And then I have a purple OGS female, and the top cage right here. There's a beaded in that one, and then the top cage is a purple OGS female. And I mean, that's the pairing I would like to see through. Like if I was going to breed retic, but she's probably like, you know, I know this is monitors, whatever, but
no, you're good. No, bro. But, if I'm over talking snakes, bro.
Yeah.
For sure.
But yeah, no, I mean, that's like the only real retic pairing that I want to see through, but everything else is just pets. And I mean, eventually at one point when I do move out, like I want to give these things giant fucking cages, like all these.
So you don't want to let those go. You want to hold on to those, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Because I mean, this female at the bottom, she's like an F2, dude. She's like a 20-year-old, 20-plus-year-old retic. She's like one of the original golden childs. It's like she doesn't look like any other golden child. Like golden child is like one of my favorite morphs in the retics. But she's just like unlike any, like even this golden child, like my first ever retic, like she's really nice. She's super pretty. But just like she's when golden childs were like golden.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I don't know, just keep her. She lives like another like 10 or 15 years. Like, it's fine, whatever.
That's fucking sick. See, see, bro, like if I had, like, it came down to like, okay, I have all these mainlands and then I have all this other shit. What do I want to keep the most? And when I realized like the 4x2x2s that I had for my mainlands weren't going to cut it. I don't know. And I don't know, maybe I think it's unfortunate, but the guy who kind of like mentored me told me, oh, 4x2x2s are fine. And I was like, motherfucker, 2 years later, no, that's not fine. Like they're too big for this. And I think even just a little more, okay, it would have been a better scenario, but I didn't like just that 2 more feet. I didn't have space in my room. So I knew right away.
Like, it was already a pain, like, because I was keeping these things in 632s, the 6x3x18 visions, which I fucking love. I mean, Vision.
I just got rid. I just sold 4 of them to John's Jungle, man. I was gonna keep those just in case. Like, okay, once I do move, revisit some big snakes, because dude, I am gonna get back into big snakes again. I don't know. I probably never mainlands, unfortunately, but like scrubs and like the barnecks and shit. But I ended up selling those fucking visions, man. And I know I'm gonna pay for it down the road, because once I want those cages again,
I have like a shitload still, dude, that are just
in
my backyard. I have
sick.
I have 2 632s, 1 400.
Wow.
Or no, 2 400s, 1 432, and then I have 2 400s up there, the 1 432. Like, it's just like I'm extremely vision heavy. But I had a lot more. Like, I sold a bunch already. But I mean, like, dude, like even these 8x3s, like they're not cutting it. It's like, it's bigger space. It's like an extra 3x2 space instead of like that 6x3 cage they had. But like, I would love to see these retics and like just like
or climb and shit. Like,
yeah,
I'm telling you,
8x4x6s, like fucking ledges, whatever. Like they can just do whatever the hell they want.
Brian Bartek, when I first went to the Reptarium and I saw what was it? Not Sunshine. I forget the name. One of his
Lucy.
Lucy, yes.
So
I walked in and
that
Lucy,
cage is dope. That's something I would like to do.
She's in the top left corner, like, I think the cage is about 7-8 feet tall, and she's in the top left corner of the enclosure. This big ass 18-foot fucking retic, and I'm like, holy shit! Like, look how athletic this thing is. You know what I mean? So, bro, that's when I started thinking. I'm like, bro, if you ain't gonna give him something like this at that age, you need to get the fuck out, like, quick.
I mean, that's also like just one thing with retics. It's like literally a labor of love. It's like I'm in here like every other day, fucking changing paper. Like they just they shit and piss. I don't feed as often as I feed like there was one time I let my retics go like dude, it was probably like and there are no rub faces, no nothing, but dude, like they probably like the big females at least, but they probably went like 5 months without food or whatever, like because I just couldn't get rabbits in or whatever. And then I just finally, because I was waiting for this local person, blah, 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 bullshit. But I mean, dude, like they have a good body structure, my animals, like my retics, even with like my monitors too, it's like I don't overfeed. I don't want to make them fat, but it's like, I would like to feed like especially with the big female retics, like every like 45 to 60 days, they'll get a giant meal. But I mean, even with the monitors, like, like I'll feed them, anywhere from like every 4 days, every 8 days, every this, every that, obviously changes during winter time.
Spread it around.
But it's just like, it's random, but it's like, I, like to shoot for, twice a week, once a week, just random, just like boom, 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 kind of. Yeah. All
right, check it out. I got a wrap up topic for you. Okay. For anyone out there interested to inquire about one of your lace monitors, what should that person be like expecting? Like, and what I mean by that, like what's the minimal enclosure size you feel like they're going to need for not only when they're babies, but the whole baby, juvenile to adult stage? Like what are some like 101s you want to make clear to anyone out there who's considering buying one of your lace monitors or a big monitor out there, period?
I mean, biggest thing is like do your fucking research. Like the amount of like times I've gotten like just like the most stupid questions on like people are inquiring or whatever. It's just like it's like, do you even know what the fuck you're like truly getting into? You know?
Yeah.
But I mean, like as far as enclosure size goes, like I mean, if somebody were to, like this, like I have every lace right now sold. Like I have to ship out one more. I may do it this week, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe next week or something like that. But I mean, they're in like 3x2x2s, 3x2x18s or whatever. I have my original clutch. I had in a like I had all four babies in like it's like a 4x3 or 4x2x3, a little custom cage I built. But I mean, yeah, no, like it's just like expect them to grow fast. You know, it's like it's like by the time they hit that year, 2 years old, like year and a half, it's like you need to be like thinking about something else than a 4x2x2. You know, it's like you need to already have like ahead of time. You know, you need to make sure
I think personally, if you get to a year and you're just now thinking about it, you're a little too late. I think you should be thinking about it before they hit a year, because wouldn't you say, Alex, once that year mark hits and you're pretty good on feeding, they fucking grow. Like they start to becoming like bigger and bigger quicker.
Once they like, especially once they start like tongue feeding like readily, it's like game's over. It's like fucking like get ready for that thing to fucking grow like motherfucker, you know?
Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting, but also like you have your shit in order, you know what I mean? And so like what would be a minimum adult size enclosure you feel like, I know
I mean,
now it's different, but what would you say?
Yeah. I mean, I have like it's kind of varies, I have like my one bell female in a 8x4x4. I have another that dark female in the 8x4x6. It just kind of varies, especially with the females, but generally for females, like from now on, I would like to go 8x4x6 for like, at least all the females, it's
so
like,
you think longer is more important than taller?
I mean, give them the height, honestly. Like, don't do some like,
small shit, because they need to bask their whole body, right? Like that's
they need. I mean, especially if you want to breed, like they need that floor space. They need that floor space to do their breeding and shit.
Right.
But I mean, I'd say for a female, like 8x4 by, 8x4 by 5, 8x4 by 6. It's like even 8x4 by 4. It's like it works, but it's like I don't know. Bigger is always better. But I mean, as far as the males go, like, I mean, like I said, they're in like 8x6x7s. Either their individual own cage. But I mean, I'd like to, definitely when I get my own space, like, give them like as much space as I can. If I can do like 8x8x8 or, just as big as possible, because it's like the males would use that shit. Like,
for sure,
big time. The females, it's like I don't like like I don't know, like just especially if you want to breed them, it's just like you need to make sure they can like find the nest box readily. It's like sometimes if you go too big, it's like they have a hard time navigating where the nest box is and shit like that. And Brian Waterloo told me that. But like that's what he says too. Like, because I think he has, I don't know if he still has that 8x4x4 on stand. But he says he wishes he went 8x4x6. With like those female cages. But I mean, just be ready. Like if you're thinking about lace, just be ready for giant enclosures. Like seriously.
Fuck yeah. Well, listen, Alec, I'm glad you finally popped your podcast cherry here on Trap Talk, and I know you'll be coming back for sure.
Dude,
like
a lot of cherries being popped lately, bro. Like I just got I just got a shoulder or like a shoulder to shoulder tattoo, like massive fucking.
What'd you get back there?
It's just some lettering. There was a whole middle piece I was gonna do, but I mean, I don't know. not the middle piece, but just the shoulder, the shoulder to shoulder is done. It fits really nice. Like it says stay the course. But
nice.
yeah, no, it's a lot of cherries being popped.
And just the beginning, bro. I'm really excited to see where things are headed for you. And again, bro, like I said, I've been respecting your work for a minute. And best place for people to follow you with Instagram, Facebook. Where do you want people to follow you at?
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook. I mean, I don't know. Facebook, I don't accept requests like a lot of the time. You know, it's just like unless I like know that person, I'll be like, oh yeah, fucking, you know, whatever, fucking accept. But I mean, there's like fucking hundreds of people on my requests that I haven't like, you know, let through yet. It's like been like 2 years, 3 years.
I love not accepting friend requests on Facebook. I purposely fucking I let that shit get to the point where they're like, I can't accept no more. Because Facebook, I'm closed off, dude. Like I only do Facebook for research purposes. Like if I need because there's certain groups that be releasing shit and not to Instagram. So it's like you learn a thing or two with Facebook, but like as far as like the community and stuff, less is more. I fucking Instagram's where it's at for me, you know.
Yeah, Instagram, it's just is it underscore AN reptiles? Wait, let me
I have it right here.
It's AN reptiles pretty much. Cool. Underscore AN reptiles underscore. Yeah.
I have the link in the description below, but for now, guys, there it is right there. So go give him a follow on IG. And again, you'll be seeing this guy again. And but for now, give it up. It's a wrap for the homie Alec, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Hey, have a good week.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Yeah. Thank you, man.
We'll chat soon. Peace out, buddy.
Yes, sir. Later, man.
Later. Good episode, guys. You know, Uncle Mike had to go take care of some family stuff. I stepped in for Jen. Jen's doing some medical stuff that she needs to take care of, but she's fine. She'll be back in a few weeks. So, guys, thank you so much. Anyone out there who supports this Saturday segment for Uncle Mike and Jen, thank you so much. They're doing a great job. And, you know, it's nonstop monitor knowledge being dropped on these Saturday mornings. So thank you so much for everyone who tuned in. Hit that subscribe button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Hit the like button for the young homie Alec killing the game. And have a good night, guys. Have a good rest of your day.